Hello everybody, welcome back to Bally Springs. I'm going to turn off these markers. I had them on yesterday for some reason and I don't need them on today. We have had a couple of small changes to the farm. The first of all is this van. This van's got a switchable body. This is the grain van body, and we have a flatbed as well. The workshop seems to have disappeared. Nobody seems to know why, including Sloth Squad Gaming. I think he sabotaged it because he didn't like me having a really cool little yard. But thanks to him, he smoothed out the area for me, and we put this nice little lift in, and yes, the lift does work. It does work, it does lift up. The only problem is when you lift the tractor up, or the vehicle up, it will stay in the air until you jump in it, but that's fine. So what are we doing today? Well, first of all, let's check the cows. I think the cows are good. They are, and they're producing slurry for us, which is nice. There's no manure because we have no straw. We have food. We have food for now. We do have a TMR mixing station. I can't remember if that was on the last video or not. And for some reason, that seems to be linked to this. So if I put straw, silage, hay in here, it transcends into being available into here. So if I, for example, go into, it's around the back, isn't it? Hang on. If I go into here, we can deactivate this because we are out of straw at the moment. We do have some TMR in there. That's good. Our greenhouse is doing okay. We do have the hourly income from, well, the monthly income from the house we have for rent, which is not really rent, it's a solar panel, but still. So today we do need to seed both of our fields. Oh yes, I harvested. This is a live server, and sometimes it's not possible for me to record a video, but 230 here, we did harvest that. That's been ploughed up, limed, fertilized, ready to plant, the same as this one. So today's video, we are planting in this one and this one. So we need to jump in our trusty New Holland. What a wonderful little machine. I love this machine. It's not a little one, I think it's quite high horsepower. I can't remember. We do need some seed though. I'm going to plant because I don't know what other things give off straw. So we're going to plant. For now, we're going to plant. I forget what it's called. Wait. My brain's gone dead. Oats. Because oat will give us... Oats will give us straw. And they sell pretty good. Yeah, they sell really good. So... that is what we're going to do. So we're just going to get down the shop. I'm going to get some more seed. We could place a seed purchase point, but for the sake of the videos, I think it's better if we go to the shop and purchase some. Just like that, I crashed. Don't ask me how. I pulled left out of my driveway, and I've ended up in a hedge. My life. I'm recording. I thought I'd paused it. Did you just see that? Anyway, I was huffing and puffing to myself. I was thinking this tractor is very heavy, very light on the front. So I'm wondering if we just drop the cedar off, can I go in the workshop And can I put a front weight on this? It's got wheel weights, but I think it needs more. I don't know where the trigger is. It's not the trigger. Is there a workshop trigger in here? I can't remember. Yeah. Right, do you know what? There's an easier place to do that. It's back at the farm. But I need a weight if we're going to do that. Right. First of all, let's... I can't just do things, can I? Right, in here, I think I just ran some people over. I wasn't paying attention. But in here, let's put the... Oh, no, we've got a vehicle over there. Let's just put the things back on so I know where I'm looking at. Yeah, there we go. Workshop trigger. We don't need to raise it up to put a new weight on the front if we can do that. Can we put a weight on the front? Black edition. Nice. Didn't know you could do that. Ooh, didn't know you could do all this. Oh, okay. Now we know. Attach a standard 3-point. Oh, you could put 3-point hitch on the front. There we go. Front weight, $2,000. Yes, we'll do that. There we go. And I think we'll repair it while we're here. There we go. Right. That's that done. So now we should be a little bit more balanced on the front. And I could just drive into there. I purchased 1 bag of seeds. I don't think we're going to need much more than that, if I'm honest. But we're just going to load it up. I couldn't have parked further away, could I? When you think about it. Right, let's open those up a little bit. This is a multiplayer server. There's nobody on with me at the moment. They're all in bed. They're all lazy. They're either in bed or can't bother to come on because, you know, lazy bums. No, I'm joking. It is quite early in the morning. And I know Star Squad doesn't really sleep very well. So, unlike me, they have kids to take to school and stuff. So, yeah. But where they live, it's a lot bigger than where I live. Right, that's my... Oh, that's why I couldn't customise my tractor here, because I was in the wrong area. There's the garage bit there, look. Right, I'm just going to drop that off there, because that is in nobody's way. Okay? Leave that there, put this back in the workshop, close these forks up a little bit. There we go. Bit too much, never mind. Just open them up, because they do look a bit weird. Put this back under cover. Oops. Great big hole and I missed it. Oh my god. Yeah, the front weight feels a lot better on this now. Yeah, that's wonderful. So we're going to do this field first today. As we're down here, we might as well. I think I need to turn on the crop sensors. Are they on? Yeah, they are on. Deactivate automatic seed rate. No, I want the seed rate to be automatic because it will save me money in seeds. So here we go. The graphics, oh, by the way, just so you know, whenever I record, depending on the time of day, will depend on if we get shadows. It's the lighting system on BALLYSPRING that's very strange. Sometimes it makes my game look really nice. Sometimes it doesn't. That could just be the monitor I'm using, because I'm using a very old 32-inch television after I broke my monitor. So, yeah, lesson learned there, kids. Do not, under any circumstances, throw your mouse down or smash your mouse down on your desk when you're in a temper. I'm 42, right? And out of exasperation, I kind of just went like that with my mouse, kind of threw my mouse on my mouse mat because the PC wasn't behaving, and it bounced up and was cracked my monitor. It wasn't even a big throw. And I always say that it was never like a bad intent throw. It was just a, oh my god, kind of moment. And ever since then, I've regretted it. Although this monitor is big, I do like the big monitor. I can see things easier. The screen quality, not so much. But when I look at my videos on YouTube, and other people have told me that the videos are completely fine, so I'm happy with the quality that you guys get, at least. But yeah, I wish you could see the quality I've got. So we're going to get this done. I'm going to do it all by hand. I think I feel myself putting some Spotify on in the background. Because I'm pretty sure if I could time lapse it, I would do. I still haven't figured that out. I haven't sat and worked that out. Do I need to... Here's something about precision farming, right? I've already done... If you look at this, I've already done the prep work, right? So it's been fertilized and limed. Do I have to go over it again to get... I think... Or is that the possible best yield I can get? I don't know how to get these top ones. I mean, that's bad. Look at that. That's nitrogen. Is that... That's manure, isn't it? But I've gone over it. You can see I got bored doing that one. I'm not going to carry on doing the grass fields because we get plenty of grass off them. But yeah, I don't know how to improve the nitrogen. So Louise, my friend Louise, if you're listening, help. But what I might do, I might come back over with the fertilizer, with the manure. Yeah, I might put another layer on just to see if it will help. Who knows? It might help. I don't know. It might help. It's as good a guess as any for me. All I can do is hook the slurry trailer up, come down and have a go, isn't it? I should have not lowered that down until we were driving forward. Never mind. Right, I shall get this field done, or near done, and I'll see you in just a moment. So finally, after about, I don't know, 20 minutes, I've done this field. 20 minutes in real time, I think. You'll be able to know because you'll see what the time is. On the top right of your screen, we're doing 0.5 at the minute. Purely because there are other people on this map, and I don't want to... When we're all on, we can progress time because we're all equal, but when it's just me, I like to slow the time down so I can get what I need to do done for the video, but it doesn't interrupt other people's gameplay. You know what I mean? So, I've been thinking, as a farm sim player, how you seed your fields doesn't really matter. Like, I'm running over all this seeded area with this tractor, and it doesn't affect the outcome of the crop. In real life, if you were to seed your garden, you know, your back garden, if you've got a square back garden, say, and you've dug it all up, and you're going to put a nice fresh seed bed down for a nice, you know, nice new grass area, you wouldn't seed around the outside, then trample on that outside to get access to the middle. Like, I've just done this. So imagine I've just seeded this in real life in my big heavy tractor. I'm now churning up the seeds that I've just planted. Now this is probably obvious to so many people, right? But it's never dawned on me because this is a video game. That what I'm doing here is essentially I'm digging up, in real life, I will be digging up, as my tractor drives over the field, the seeds that I've just planted. I don't know if that's 100% true, but in my mind, I just think, if I've got a tractor that weighs 5 or 6 tons, I've just planted seed in loose soil, a few inches underground, and then as I'm driving over, the tread of the tyre is digging into the mud, and it's bringing those seeds back up to the surface, making it a less productive seedbed. So, just going to pick up the last of this seed, and I'm going to go up to the top field, and I'm going to show you technique or something that I should have done a long time ago. For realism's sake. Maybe not for the game's sake, it doesn't matter, but for realism's sake. You'll see, you'll see. Did I press the wrong button? Yes, so you just saw me cheat. I don't know if those buttons are working. Hang on, 1 second. Yes, they do work. But yeah, you just see me cheat. I like to try and play realistic on screen, but I thought for quickness I would just dump that seed into this seeder, so we can get up to the top field and make my next segment. Clearly, I'll get rid of these bloody blue dots. Hang on. Clearly, I've just messed my own immersion up. But I'm sure you can forgive me, because I'm sure you all do it yourselves with the fast loading, which is fine. But anyway, so yeah, what I'm thinking is, right, so we'll come over to this field over here, and I have a truck full of manure I need to get rid of. Right, so here's our next field, okay? And normally my typical gameplay would be start the headland, go around 3 times, do the middle. But what if I didn't do that today? What if I stayed and started about here, tried to follow the field, just bear with me, right? So we've got to do the headlands, okay? So we'll do the middle first, and then we'll go around and we'll circle our way out towards the gate, so we're not driving over the seedbed. In my head, I know what I mean. I did do this once on a video game a while ago called Cattle and Crops, I think it's called, a PC game, which is actually a very realistic game. It's very hard to play. I can't get on with it. I don't know if it's because my PC doesn't run it that well, or whatever it is. There's a reason for it that I can't get on with that game very well at all. But yeah, so this is a new technique I'm going to try on here. I want to see how I feel about doing it, because I feel really weird starting in the middle of a field. But in real life, you wouldn't retread over your seedbed, would you? So that's just something I'm thinking about, just as a new style of gameplay, more than anything. See, now I'm not running over any of the seedbed, but I've turned around and I can run alongside it again. There we go. Obviously when I go around the headlands I may run over what I've already seeded, but it's okay because I'll reseed it, I'll recultivate the seed it in one go. But yeah, I'm going to try this and see how I get on with how I feel. I feel alright about it. It's okay, but I don't know if it's a habit I can get out of doing. Because when I cut the grass I do the headlands and then work inwards. But with field work, I think maybe you should do the inner first and then work outwards. That's just me personally. I don't know what you think about it, but we're still going to follow the field. We're not going to go straight lines. We're going to follow the field as best we can. And I'm hungry. My belly's just rumbled. I don't know why. I've had breakfast this morning. I had a cheese toastie this morning for my breakfast, just so you know. But I didn't grill it. What I did, I'll tell you, so I was sipping my drink. What I did is I put the toast in the toaster, and the bread in the toaster, and I toasted the bread. But I don't make it go dark. It's always golden colour. Right, so now we've got to... I haven't left myself much room here, you see. So maybe next time I'll do a shorter edge. I'm actually quite liking this. It sounds really silly, really geeky, and it doesn't matter. It's probably a slower way of playing the game as well. So if we pull forward, and if we drop it there, so next time we'll match that, Next time we come back up, we'll match that, and we'll have a bit more turning round room. So yeah, so what I do, I like to put my bread in the toaster, and I toast it so it's just crispy. Sometimes it's still white, but it's just crispy. You're better off doing it so it starts to go that little golden colour in the toaster. And then I pull it out and I put the butter on quick, and I drop a slice of that, you know, the plastic cheese that you get on a cheeseburger. I drop a slice of that inside the bread and I press it down as hard as I can. Leave it. Just leave it for a minute. Let the cheese melt because it's been in your fridge. Let it melt. Then, after a couple of minutes, make a cup of tea, for example. So your toast is still warm when you get it. Cut your toast in half, or whatever you do with it, and it's the best. It's just the best cheese toasty ever. My other half, she likes to grill the cheese on the toast, in the toaster. I know what I'm doing here, don't worry about it, it's fine. Yeah, she likes to grill the cheese on the toast, on the bread, in the grill, or on the oven. Well, on the grill. Yeah, grill. And I'm like, no, because it gets too... I don't know, it just doesn't... To me, it doesn't feel right to do that. But she does it that way. And I like it my way. Yeah, I do. And also, I am the king of instant mashed potato. Don't laugh. I know it's cheating food. I love normal mashed potato. I love peeling the potatoes. I love peeling potatoes and getting that skin off and seeing the fresh potato underneath. I don't know why, I just do. And then I like to chop the potatoes, depending how big they are, either exactly in half or in quarters if I can, before I put them in the bowl to be, because the bigger the chunk of potato, like if you just put a full potato in the saucepan ready to do so they can cook for your mash, it takes longer for the moisture to get through, and it probably doesn't, but in my head it does. It makes sense in my head. And then, but with instant mash, I half cook it, so I do 10 minutes, because I do quite a lot of instant mash for me and my little boy, because he likes it as well. We have the worst meal, me and my son have the worst meal. We have instant mash and meatballs. Like the cheap, well, the Campbell's meatballs in gravy. That's a big collision. Yeah. So we have the Campbell's meatballs in gravy, and we have the instant mash, and I put the instant mash in for 10 minutes in the microwave. At 5 minutes, I douse it in butter, and I mean it's a big chunk of butter, like a tablespoon's worth of butter. Mix it in with a fork, put it back in the microwave for another 5 minutes. It goes like a yellow colour, but a nice golden yellow colour, and when it comes out, it tastes epic. So creamy, because it's all butter, basically. That's my dog's barking. But yeah, there you go. There's an insight into me and my cooking. I don't cook proper food. I've had, in my life, I promise you, I've had two major attempts at cooking like a proper gravy meal, as we call it in the UK, which is mashed potatoes, chicken, or turkey, or gammon, or whatever, or sausages with Yorkshire pudding and all your vegetables. Both times I've tried doing a dinner like that, has ended up in a small fire. So I don't know. Although saying that, the second one was more, I had the ring of the cooker going, the gas ring, and I put a towel near it, trying to make it all nice. Put it, just reversed over my seatbed. It's fine. Yes, and the towel caught fire. So yeah, I don't do cooking. I don't do proper meals. I can do basic stuff. I like, again, potato waffles. They make an epic sandwich. Okay, so you get your bread, get 2 rounds of bread, butter it, cook your waffles, get some ketchup, put it on your bread. Put the ketchup on your lower bread, put the top bread on top before you put the waffle in, so the ketchup gets on both slices of bread, saves ketchup. Then you put your waffle in the middle, and oh my god, that's a great sandwich. And a few years ago, when me and my brother were a little bit younger, we came up with breakfast in bread, and It was basically a breakfast sandwich. So we had in a round, 2 rounds of bread, thick bread. We had a waffle, a slice of bacon, a sausage, an egg in a waffle. It's basically a heart attack sandwich. I wouldn't recommend it if you've got really high cholesterol. But if you want something to fill you up for the day, that's a great. And then put brown sauce instead of red sauce, brown sauce. I have a rule. You could disagree with me on this, but I do have a rule. When it comes to hot food in bread, if it's bacon, brown sauce. If it's sausage, red sauce. Oh, am I accidentally still? Did I not lift that up? I did. So why did that then? Must have caught it. Yeah. So bacon brown, sausage red, sausage and bacon brown, sausage, egg and bacon red. That's how I work, and I've got through life happy and content with that. You may disagree with me, you know, but that's how I do things in my house. It's weird, it's unconventional, I know, but yeah, this I've got to say, just jumping back into the seeding that we're doing. It does feel and look really strange that I haven't got a very neat outer border. Does it look weird to you? Does it seem weird to you? Like, it doesn't matter. For the video game itself, it doesn't matter. For the sake of realism, I think this is how people really do it. Because like I said, you wouldn't drive across a freshly seeded field to get out your field, would you? So, you know. I mean, it could be different as well where you live. Could depend on how you farm. But I'm sure I've seen. I've never made that connection. I live in a very rural area. We have a lot of farmland where I live. Stosquaw can back me up. He's been to my place. He knows what it's like where I live. There's a big ass grass field. But yeah, I think this is the more realistic way of farming within the game, if I'm completely honest with you. And to be honest with you, I kind of like it. You're kind of not really. You're sort of thinking about your distance between, you know, the ends of the fields, how much room you're going to need to turn around. It gives you a new perspective, I suppose you'd call it. Again, it's just something more to think about, because I was talking to Mrs. Stosquad and last night she was saying when she plays farming sim she gets bored because all it is, without precision farming on, all it is you plant at the right time, you harvest at the right time, and you sell at the right time. But with precision farming, you have to put this stuff on the ground, and you have to know what it needs. But at the same time, precision farming holds your hands a little bit. For example, you can set the seed rate yourself, and how much seed you put in the ground will depict how much crop you have. If you put too much in, you're losing money. If you don't put enough in, you get less crop. From what I'm led to believe is how precision farming works, and you know, I suppose real life works to a point. So, but what precision farming does for your seeding is it gives you an automatic seed rate depending on what soil is underneath, because you have different soil types with precision farming. Like if you look at the top left of my screen, at the minute I'm currently using 160 seeds per meter squared, and as you can see there's a green dot. That green dot indicates that we're using the minimal amount of seeds to get the maximum amount of yield, because the ground is allowing us to do that. When it changes up, it means the ground's not as good, you've got to put more seed in to get a top yield. And I like that. And you can automatically set that if you wish to. Like I've got it set on auto, and it will change the seed rate depending on the ground underneath you. And also when you're spreading lime and fertilizer, same thing. You can, my dogs, you can change, 1 second, Just the neighbour out the front, make sure my dog was okay. Yeah, so when you're doing the fertiliser, you could put too much on, and you don't need too much, so much. Or you could put too little on, and you won't get as good a yield. But if you set it all to auto, you still got to go through the process of getting your field checked. Like, you can buy it, like, speaking to Northern Family Farms, he said in Canada and in places like with huge fields, you pay a surveyor to do it, you wouldn't do it yourself. In the UK, you can do it yourself because your fields are smaller, but I've been paying to do mine because I can't afford the put it in the groundy thing. But yeah, you know, it just gives it that little bit more realism, and I'm all for realism, I don't mind. I really want to use the pumps and hoses pack, but you need a lot of equipment for that, a lot of equipment, and I haven't got the money to use it properly. I never have used it. I've brought it, I never used it, truth be told. But yeah, but anyway, I'm going to get the rest of this field done, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how the headlands are going to work. Okay, now we've got to sort of the end of the field. It's a bit scruffy. It's okay, because what we're going to do now is we're going to start the headlands, but we're not going to start on the outside working in, we're going to work in from the outside. Work out from the inside. So we're going to go down here now, we're going to ignore what we've, you know, we can re-go over that, it won't reseed what we've already seeded, which is good. It should in real life, but it won't in the game. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to go around, basically work our way out until we've done most of the field. So, you know, we're going to tidy up all these rough edges, and you're going to see. I don't know if I've already explained it enough, but it's just it's a style of gameplay I want to adopt. I want to have a look at, see if I can do it. So we're just going to edge around like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to predict where the most narrow point is, so I think there. So if we come down here, we will smooth this off and we'll fill in, and it will become more level as we go around. Which I think is more realistic. Obviously there's a couple of times up at the top where the seeder has bounced into the floor. Can't do much about that, I am afraid, but you know, until we get all the way out to the outside, that's how it's going to be. So this is going to be your standard run up to the end, and we just go round, and then we'll go back and we'll fill in what we can, but we're going to drive on the grass so as not to step onto the seed bed again, just to give it that bit more of a realistic feel, for me anyway. You know, yeah, that's just me. So as you can see, as we're going along, we are actually more or less straightening up the field. It doesn't matter where you put this down, because you're going to come back over it anyway. But as we come around here, this is a funny shaped field, and I like the funny shaped fields for this, because I will have to come and just trim the edges, if you like. But if you look, this is where we started, not far from here is where we started. We're getting low on seed, but that's nice and smooth area, look. You see, you wouldn't have known it was looking quite as bad as it did. Oh, it's down here a little bit more yet, my apologies, but you'll see as we go over. We'll round this off. We'll cut across a little bit, but not too much. And then this bit jarring out will no longer be there. And it's looking like a really good... I don't know if this is faster, I don't know if it's slower. I don't really care either. I've got to be honest with you. It feels more satisfying doing it this way. I mean, look, there's no marks no tire marks on the field, and yeah, it's looking really good. I am going to have to go down the shop and buy myself another bag of seed. But honestly, that's, as far as I'm concerned, not an issue. So this down here is pretty much done with. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me what you think about it. I don't know. I kind of like doing it this way. On a personal level. Obviously, if you're going to hire a worker, right, the worker will never work to a headland unless you've got course play. And if you haven't got course play, that's unfortunate. I don't know how course play. I can't get on with course play. I've tried many times. I just can't get on with it. Put it on Court Farms and it kind of ruined Court Farms. And I was like, I don't know how to get out of it. But yeah, you know what? I'm liking doing it this way. I am, but there is other stuff we've got to do. I want to go over there and I want to get rid of that old scrap combine. That's got to go. And then, Friday I'm hoping to go live again. Friday night I'd like to go live if I can. And do some more work on here. The farm will change, it's always changing. I have to, keep up with the animal feed and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to get the rest of this field done. Now you've got the idea of how I'm doing this. Like, here we go. This is going to show you here. So we'll just do this. Okay, now as you can see, it's getting neater. At least I think it's getting neater. So we drop that down. Okay, so we've used 50% of the seeds so far. So if we kind of try and get that to match, it doesn't really matter because we can lift and drop again. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. There we go, and I think I am going to have to go and get some seed. So hopefully we can get around this. The problem we got as well is because we're going further out, we're using more seed each time because we're going longer round. So I don't think I'm going to get a full lap of this field done. But that's fine. We need to go to the shop and buy another bag of seed anyway. I think one bag at a time is sufficient. That's why I don't really need a buy station on my farm. I don't need it. We don't require it. Now, as for the future of this, obviously, I don't know what Soft Squad Gaming's long term is for Bally Springs or the dedicated server. I don't know if it's going to want to change the map. I don't know. But I would like to eventually upgrade my equipment and stuff. So yes, I will be playing between videos to make things time progress, along with Sloth Squad and Mrs. Sloth Squad and Sussex Farms, and obviously Northern Farms and Dark Angel, who's hopefully coming on at some point in the very near future. They're Canadian, so that'll be, they'll be on different time zones, so they'll be coming on and playing when they can as well. And if you're listening, Mr. Northern, get yourself a video made. Get on here, get a farm set up, get a video series going. We need to see you do some stuff. The world needs to hear your silky smooth voice. Honestly, the guy's like chocolate. Like silky chocolate, like smooth chocolate. It's not a man crush, but he's got a lovely voice, and he'll probably crucify me for naming probably crucify me for that. But yeah, he's got a nice voice. It's a very soothing voice, very calm voice, and he does sarcasm very well. But being Canadian, much like Americans, they have issues with the English language. They say things wrong. A hood is not a hood, it's a bonnet. Uh, you know, those kind of things. But we're trying to re-educate him in the ways of the correct language of English. But I don't think it's really working. But he is a very sound man. He's a very nice man, a very talented man. Him and Dark Angel are very talented people. They are passionate about farm sim, and they are, well, they did my logos and the Sloss logos on the vehicles, which I haven't got on here because I think we're still console friendly at the moment. I don't know, but yeah. Are we out of seeds nearly? I think we will be on this corner. See, the seed rate has dropped because we only need what we need to fill in the gaps. It's going to get empty in just a second, I should think. But anyway, I'm going to get this field done and then we'll clear that space and that'll be me done for the video. So I will see you momentarily for you. Have I actually got it paused? I can't remember. No, I haven't, and this is a very long video. Before we do end the video though, I am going to say I'm extremely satisfied with how this not driving on the field malarkey is actually going. It's finicky, but it's really satisfying. And I've crashed into a tree. See, I'm even gonna try not to get on the actual. Oh, I've got a little bit, but it's fine. Oh God. Right. Obviously, it will only seed where it touches the field. So there we go. Look at that. We're getting it. Right, let me skip across to the scrap combine. We'll get rid of that, and then we'll call it a day. So this is the combine in question. So if we go to the construction menu, it should let us get rid of it. If we find it, where is it? There's got to be a better view of it somehow. There we go. If we click on that, clutter, yes, sell it. So there we go. The combine is now gone. I don't know if anything else has left the farm. But Mr. Sloth Squad, those trees need to go, dude. I do have a stump grinder in the field, in the sheds over there. Yes, well, thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care, and if I don't make another video this week, I will be live on Friday around 8 PM, 7:30 to 8 PM UK time. So big yawn. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.